One of the greatest things that I think I do is work with patients to live. So instead of being a product of their disease or their illness, we work to get them to remember who they are. One of the greatest things that I think I find I do is work with patients to live. So instead of being a product of their disease or their illness, we work to get them to remember who they are and who they were before they got a disease or an illness. And that's really hard because people suddenly become focused on chemotherapy and radiotherapy and what that means to them and their family, which is hugely important, but it's also important if they've got a long prognosis that they don't forget to live. And I always use the phrase of a program where people actually just sit in this chair potentially and just are waiting. They're waiting for that moment when they're going to die. And some of the work we do is working on the trauma that they experience through having a diagnosis, but then also what it means to them to live and how they can live and how they can adapt to living again. So it's not going to be the same as they were before, it can't be, but what they can do is adapt to how they're going to live, and people don't think that they can do that. They just get stuck in their diagnosis and their prognosis. So the work that we do very much brings people to a point of, oh right, okay, so I can go and do that now then. I can go for a walk. It just means that I might not go quite as far as I would have done, or I do need to use a wheelchair or a scooter, but that's the difference, that's the choice. I either go out with that or I don't go out at all and just stay at home. So it's people understanding that they've got choices and consequence, and understanding that they can go and live if they want to. So I think it's people being able to see that they can live in a different way, and not lose their control completely, because that's another big thing. People feel completely out of control, so they've lost control of what they used to do. They may have had to give up work, they may not be able to do the school run anymore, lots of things, so they lose control of who they were. What I try and introduce is actually that the control hasn't gone, it's just different, and that they can use control in a different way. So a lot of that is about what people can do rather than what people can't do.